Maybe I just need to start drinking earlier. A new sit-stand desk, smart water heaters, and ANA's Star Wars themed planes. I'm Gabriella. Welcome to Geek Beat. Hey gang, welcome to another episode of Geek Beat, the show that makes Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader seem like Carl Sagan's Cosmos. Carter, what the hell were you doing?
Science.
Besides your air conditioner, water heaters are the biggest consumers of power in most homes. Add to that the fact that a lot of hot water is used for showers, and most of us waste a bunch just standing around waiting for the water to heat up before hopping in. Well, a company called Heatworks wants to make a dent in all that waste with their new Model 1 tankless water heater. It's small enough to be installed just about anywhere and uses graphite electrodes to instantly heat water up when you turn on the tap, promising about 40% energy savings and 20% water savings. Plus, it can be installed in all sorts of ways. You can replace your old-fashioned tank with one or two Model 1s, or you can keep the tank and install a Model 1 somewhere closer to point of use to boost system performance and even out the water temperature. So you know those hot and cold spikes you get when somebody flushes a toilet or decides to do laundry while you're in the shower? Yeah, it should fix all that. The catch is, you need to plumb in the Model 1s in various locations around your house, and retrofitting ain't gonna be cheap. Each unit will cost about $500, which isn't that bad, and it should be super simple for a plumber or handyman to install, but you could run into some sizable electrical costs. Each of the Model 1 units is gonna need up to a 48 amp line to the circuit panel. Now they aren't rated for continuous use, so a 150 amp panel isn't gonna be 2/3 full from 2 units, but some homes might require expensive electrical work to accommodate. Now, if you're building a brand new home, you'd be crazy not to invest in Heatworks units from the beginning. So tell your builder to modify the plans. Now, what makes these tiny little water heaters most interesting is that the company promises a bolt-on Wi-Fi module that's gonna allow you to monitor and control the units remotely. That could be fun. Imagine them being plugged into a Zigbee or a Z-Wave home automation system and getting full usage reports at any time. Now that would be super cool, or hot. Speaking of cool, ANA Airlines, you know, the one that John P. flies to Japan all the time? Yeah, that one. Well, apparently they struck a deal with Disney because very soon, if you're lucky, you may just catch a glimpse of the R2-D2 787 as it flies around the world. It'll be making stops in Vancouver, San Jose, Tokyo, Seattle, Paris, Munich, and many more. But if you miss R2, you might still catch the BB-8 777 coming to North America in 2016, or the Star Wars 767 series that'll be flying around Japan. Now we just need a Millennium Falcon version and some Wookiee co-pilots. And finally, I want to give you a look at Ergotron's latest sit-stand desk, the WorkFit-T. It's designed for people who don't want to get rid of their existing desk, but they do want the option of standing to work sometimes. So let's go take a look. All right, hello again, friends. We are here now with the Ergotron WorkFit-T. This is a pretty nifty little desk. So let's start off first of all with the controls, because as you can see, they're really obvious and they're super simple to use. See that? Now it says that it gives you 15 inches of clearance and vertical adjustment, but I'm gonna go with they're being somewhat modest with their 15 inches. This is quite a bit taller. So what this one has that you won't find with most of these types of desks is a built-in keyboard area. So you don't have to leave the keyboard down here or put a whole brand new one on top. And we'll go look and compare with one of the others we have over here in just a minute. However, for somebody like me who uses pretty much just a laptop most of the time, it can be a little bit awkward because as you can see, I'm typing out here when I'd rather be a little bit closer. However, I love the fact that this comes in both white and black. Now, if you want the white, it's going to cost you a little bit more. This version is $480. The black is only $400. You can get it at lots of online retailers. And if you look back here, there's actually mounts, and you can get special mounts for whatever kind of monitor that you want to use. So whether it's a dual monitor or a large single monitor, that monitor will go up and down with this. And it's not your typical clamps that a lot of other systems are using. This is actually fully built in. They even come in white if you choose the white option. So now we just got to start a business making white monitors. All right, now let's go take a look and compare this with what we've already got here in the office. So this is the Veridesk. I imagine many of you have used this before. You've probably seen John using it in the old office. As you can tell, there's a great keyboard section here, and look, I've got to kind of search for where these things are, and for somebody who's not the tallest with the longest arms, it's a little bit awkward. It also comes out at me instead of straight up. So this is just a little bit too tall. Now for a laptop user only, very cool, because this is extremely simple. But you know, if you're working with a keyboard, you're gonna either have to put another keyboard up here, or you're gonna be down here, which isn't exactly all that ergonomically correct, right? All right, what it also doesn't have is that nifty keyboard, the monitor stand. So you can put a clamp on this one or something like that. But the toughest thing is that while the black one for the Ergotron is $400, this one's only $350. It's a $50 price difference, but for all the added benefits, you have to decide whether it's worth it to you or not. So thanks again. And you know what? I think John had something else he wanted me to say, so let's head back to the studio. Well, that's it for today's episode. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this episode with your friends and support the show by becoming a patron at geekbeat.tv/patron. You really make a difference when you help spread the word and pledge a buck or two. I'm Gabriella. Thanks for watching.